Wow. That was some good trailer, right?
It was. It totally was.
Oh, boy.
Spooky on the morning.
Yeah, brand new. Just released on Monday. Basically, The Inner Friend is a game about reconnecting with the inner child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the concept, but it's a psychology concept that says that we all have a part of ourselves that stays a kid forever.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part of yourself that sees beauty and everything, has a lot of imagination and, the playful part.
Yeah, like if you see a swing and you want to.
Exactly.
Yay.
Exactly. And often society tells us that, we have to grow up, push that kid aside and start having responsibilities and stuff like that. But we say that this kid is still there.
It is.
It is. And in this case, it's been abandoned for so long inside this subconscious mind that he created this whole crazy universe around him based on his fears and his nightmares. So you are here to retrieve that child. But first, of course, you have to face all those fears and nightmares.
These nightmares. Oh, great.
Uh-huh.
Nightmares in the morning.
It's perfect for the morning. I was going to say something and I forgot. But basically, there's no words in this game. No text, no dialogues. It's completely visual. There's even almost no UI, so it's very immersive. And the funny part is every level in the game has different mechanics.
Oh, okay.
So you never have the same kind of experience from one level to the other. And all those mechanics are based on classic childhood games. Hide and seek, tag, Marco Polo, Floor is Lava,
Oh, the floor is lava. I love this.
All the classics. And all the levels are based on common fears for a child, for children. So the doctor, the teachers, there's one very specific one that's a hairdresser. You have abandonment, darkness, the classic childhood
the
fears.
hairdresser, the ball pit thing.
That's the hairdresser.
Oh, I don't like this one. I like it, but I don't like it.
That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, it's funny because a lot of people are saying that it's a pure horror game. It's not. It's hard to put in a specific genre, but basically the game is a mix of an adventure, psychological horror, so it's not about jump scares and gore and blood. It's about an atmospheric tension. And you also have kind of a thriller. I know usually we use that for mostly movies, but I think it fits pretty well with this game. One last thing I have to say before we actually get into the demo. The fun part of the game is that, the fun part. The only fun part in this game. No, but the thing is, you always come back to a bedroom. So the first time you arrive in this game, you arrive in a bedroom that's cold, that's lifeless. There's nothing in it except the bed. And the more you go through memories and nightmares, the more you bring back stuff with you and rebuild the room.
Oh, okay.
Piece by piece. To put life back into the room and warmth, for it to be the safe kind of place you want as a child.
A safe spot.
For you. Exactly. The bedroom is always the safest place for a child.
No monsters can get you there.
Well, no, you're right. You think there are monsters still, usually under the bed and stuff like that, but you feel safe in the bedroom because, it's your little safe haven. So the more you advance, the more you rebuild it until you actually have access to this inner child that's waiting for you. So in the demo, we have 2 levels. Their hair salon is built as a chase, so it's more stressful. On the other side, the high school is built as a puzzle game, so it's more laid back. You can take your time a little bit. On the hair salon, it's a little more stressful.
Stress.
Stress in the morning. Nothing better.
Nightmares, stress, all I wanted.
This is our first baby. I have to say, PinkP0wny has been around for more than 15 years. We started out as mostly scenography, expositions, mostly new media and motion. But since the last 5-6 years, we've went into gaming, but mostly advert gaming. So we did games for clients. We've worked on VR games, AR games. We've done a promotional mobile game for Assassin's Creed that ran for like 3 weeks, and I think it was just in Canada. But you know, we've done a little bit of everything. But this is our first little personal project that we released for ourselves. Well, I mean, for everybody.
Little baby.
But as our little, our little baby.
I'm very excited. Yeah, I am.
I can see it in your face.
I like this.
Anything else? It's going to be sold. I mean, it's coming out September 6th.
Yes,
So that's
2 weeks.
exactly in 2 weeks. Yay! First on PC.
Yes.
So we'll be on Steam, Novum, Humble, Greenman, and we're planning on releasing consoles beginning of next year.
Next year?
So yeah. So like PS4, Xbox. We're looking into the Switch. It's more work.
Yes.
A lot more work because this is like a visual graphically heavy. So it might take a little more time than the rest. So we're still looking at it, but I'd love to have the game on Switch.
Yeah, it could be very cool
It's
to have it
you know,
on Switch.
being able to play this kind of weird game in your bed or you know, traveling with it. I think it's perfect.
Yes.
But my co-workers and the devs at the studio are like, it's going to be work. It's going to be a lot of work for the Switch, but you know, if it's worth it, if we see that people actually like the game and are excited about it, so we'll go for the Switch. We'll try at least. So you want to get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Totally.
Are you ready?
Yes. Let me think about it. Yes, ready for the nightmares.
Okay, so.
I hope that's the right one.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yes.
We got it.
We got it.
So,
Wait, big controller. Select the level.
basically, well, choose whichever you want. If you want to start with the stress, you can start with the stress.
I would love to.
Yeah? Let's
Yes,
go. Let's go for
yes.
that. So, controls are super simple.
Okay, okay.
The right trigger is the only interaction button you have. The rest is just basic control. So, moving around and jumping. That's it. That's all you can do.
Okay. How can I jump?
It's with, well, you have a PS4, huh? X.
It's X.
With the X.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's it.
Cool. Oh, yes, I'm jumping.
Yes, you are.
I am jumping.
So all the environments in the game, most of them are pretty dark and creepy, but it depends. Of course, we've put collectibles in the game.
Ooh, I love collectibles.
It's another part, you know, rebuilding the room is a very fun part. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Surprise!
Uh-huh.
But of course, having a little more elements to just add to the room is always fun. So we've put collectibles in all the levels.
Everyone loves collectibles.
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
So this level is very specific. It was inspired by a fear from our narrative writer's experience with hairdresser when she was really small.
She was afraid of a hairdresser.
She was kind of traumatized by the experience, you know. She went to get her haircut. She was very scared of the scissors close to her face. And it stayed with her, really. And that's what inspired this crazy level.
It's run!
Yeah, you'd better run.
This
You'd better
thing
run.
is awful. Where should I run? Oh my god.
So remember how you came in. You broke a mirror.
Yes.
So you'll have to do the same. But careful, because she's pretty intelligent.
No.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh
No,
boy.
whoa, no. Oh, really?
Oh yeah. And of course, it's a nightmare, so she's faster than you.
She is.
Of course.
She is. My legs are so small. No. I want to get to this mirror there. Maybe
That's
I should
right.
jump across the.
Well, you have
things.
to actually take the time to figure out how to slow her down, you know, like take some path that she cannot take and stuff like that, so you can trick her into taking longer path, so you are free to go where you want. Exactly. Boom.
Woo.
Nice job.
Heartbeat goes faster. Oh no! Oh no!
With this beautiful little sound of scissors following you just behind you.
Love the sound of the scissors.
So you got to be careful because every time you stun her with a mirror, she comes back, and she comes out of the mirrors. So you always got to be careful.
She's a little bit like Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Coming out
That's
of the
good.
mirrors.
I never thought about that. Nice, nice. Good thinking.
Oh.
Oh yeah, of course you'll have to find the right one.
Yes, sure. Oh, I hate the scissor sound.
Be careful here.
It
Careful, she's gonna come from there. It was the last mirror, so boom, she came out of it. She surprised you, but you'll be fine. Oh boy.
No.
Oh, that was close.
It was. And now I'm stuck to a lamp. No.
That's the beauty of this thing, you know? So you
told me it will be stress.
Of course it's going to be stressful. When somebody's following you just behind you with those scissors
with those
whipping,
scissors. Nobody told her that running with scissors is not
super
a good
dangerous. It is super dangerous.
It is super dangerous. Oh, I'm too small to jump
Oh boy,
over this.
oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little hint.
Okay.
So,
okay.
you remember where she came out of? This last mirror?
Yes.
So
yes.
that's on the right side. If you turn right here, and then turn left directly after, you'll have this last mirror. Oh yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, great.
Voila.
Oh. I hate mannequins.
They're just perfect for this kind of game. You know?
I hate them so much.
So it's funny because people, because of the stress of this level, people often get lost in the levels, but they're super small. Really, really small. So if you actually take the time to look around, you'll find like the way out. But
yeah, but you have a
exactly,
scissor monster
exactly,
behind you.
Exactly, that's the thing.
I'm running in circles.
You got it. You found it. So as you see, the mechanics are pretty simple. They're always simple. In this game, we wanted to create an experience where you can just pick up a controller, play for 15 minutes, and get a, still get an intense experience.
It is intense.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I don't hear her anymore.
Yeah, it's all about the atmosphere, you know. So you've been chased around. Now you're just waiting for her to appear. So you're always on edge. But this level is I'd say the most stressful one. It's the most stressful one, you know, like being chased around like constantly. It's kind of, it's kind of hard for the nerves.
It is. Dead end.
You'll find your way. Nice.
I think I've been here before. Oh no,
you haven't.
Woo!
I think someone wants to kiss me. It's kind of weird.
Feel free.
Yeah, you think? Love you too, guys. So careful, that's the last room. Remember, she comes out of the mirrors.
She does.
She does.
It's a broken one. Now I don't like the hairdresser too.
Yeah, the thing is, we want to, we don't want to create fears, but it might happen. It might happen. Oh boy.
She will get me, yes.
Oh yeah.
I knew she was coming out of this mirror. Oh.
Yeah.
She's already there?
Yeah. She's pretty fast. So every time it's kind of you have to predict where she's going to go, so you have to get her stuck in some places while stuck. You have to get her to take the long way. But it's hard because she's pretty bright. So now you got to be careful because she'll be coming out of a mirror again. And now she's behind you. You're trying to leave, huh?
No, no. Oh, really? Oh,
So
go away.
the only kind of mirrors you can interact with are lit up, so you have lights around them. So when they're closed down, you can't actually break them. And you get caught again.
Mm-hmm. Where is she?
Oh, she'll be back.
Oh, no.
You
no,
can
thank
hear
you.
her.
I don't mind. No. It is stressful.
The funny thing is, you know, we've had this demo at a few events, and gamers tend to have a reflex to jump all the time when they're running.
Yes.
Because of course in some games it helps, but in this kind of, oh boy, God,
Whoa!
that
Don't
was scary.
do this.
That was scary. That was horribly in your face.
Uh-huh.
And she was just waiting there like, what do you
Hi.
want? What do you want?
Hi, what's up? I was waiting for you.
So you have a mirror there on your left. You
And I have
time to
her on
catch
my
it. Oh my
left.
god, oh
No,
my god,
no,
oh my
no.
god. Yeah, yes.
Woo!
You got it. Careful. Careful. Last mirror, but she'll be there. You got it. You got it.
No, she's so fast. No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. You gotta tame those fears. Tame the stress.
Tame the hairdresser.
So now you'll see kind of the loop, the usual loop of the game. So every time you finish a level, you bring back something with you.
Yes.
So you always, this little guy, this little shadowy figure is there almost in every level.
Oh, and he got a part of his body back. It looks like he's a little
Actually,
shattered.
this little body is kind of a symbolic. You're not real, so you're a projection of the subconscious. So the brain has trouble actually projecting you fully. So the more you move, the more you disappear, but you can't actually die from it. So now you see that this room,
Whew.
exactly. So the first time you see the room, it's the one that you
just the
just
bed.
saw. It's the guy, this man in agony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we say that, well, of course it's exaggerated, but we feel that somebody who's not connected with the child is can be, you know, depression, any kind of stuff. This is not a game about, you know, depression, stuff like that. It's lighter, but we still have this message of the importance of staying connected.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Keep those inner child alive.
Exactly. So now you can put the little bird back, and this part of the room is complete. So if you turn around, if you look, this is empty, this is
Yes,
empty, this has
yes.
been built. So, you know, putting back life into this little bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so high school,
High school.
you can relax.
No musicals.
No constant stress. So you can take a little more time, but you have to think a little more.
Oh
Oh yeah.
no. Okay.
In the
okay.
morning again.
In the morning. Nightmares, scissors,
Oh,
stress,
all the good stuff.
thinking.
All the good stuff for
everything
the
I
morning.
like in the morning.
That's just perfect. So this level has kind of a very similar atmosphere to the other one. So this very dark place. Our vision of school in this level is kind of you can compare it to like Pink Floyd, you know, Another Brick in the Wall.
Another brick in the wall.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
So it's about how the teachers want all the kids to fit
be
in
the
the same
same,
mold
yes.
and to follow the same rules and, you know, to stay quiet always. This is kind of a representation. The kind of ray represents their authority, their way of just putting everybody in the same basket. And I think she's done some pretty awful things already. Her way to quiet down the children is to freeze them,
Yes, yes.
turn them into stone.
I found a hole. Great.
Well, you should go in.
Should I? Of course.
You don't trust me now. After
No,
the hairdresser,
no,
you don't
no,
trust me
no.
anymore.
Not anymore.
That's perfect. You should never trust me.
Ooh.
kidding. Just kidding.
Never trust the developer.
No, you should always trust the
Okay.
developer.
Oh, always trust the
Of
developer.
course. Developers are like angels.
You are.
Yeah, no? I wish it was true. Okay, so you see how the books block the rays?
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, it's just an example. But if you look around you, you have another pile of books. Just a little introduction to the thing. So if you are on the right side of the book, you can push them on another desk.
Oh, yes.
And this is going to block the ray.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a weird kind of mechanic, but it's just, it works. It's simple. And it's kind of how we can stop this kind of stuff is for us, knowledge is the key, to getting away from this mold and, just being a normal person and not having to be the same as everyone else.
Yes.
Knowledge.
So you need the books.
So you need the books.
Poor
I
little
think she's been
guys.
through here.
Yes.
I think she's been through here.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So as you can see, our NPCs are all kind of humanoids, but they're not human. It's always kind of an abstract representation. You can never really see what it is exactly. But this one has a very specific inspiration. You'll see.
Oh.
You'll see at the end of the level. Excited?
I trust you. So here are a lot of people, but
Are you hearing people?
no. I just see them.
Oh, okay. I was like, this must be Gamescom. Because
No,
it's
no.
full of people.
No.
Crazy.
These guys here.
Yeah.
So need to find another way. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Did the door close?
Oh, yes, it did.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love this.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was close. Nobody saw that.
No. Everything's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's the first.
Yeah, so here you the
Right.
way is blocked.
Yes.
So you have to find another way to get this ray out of the way.
So I need to find my knowledge. I go upstairs.
Good idea.
Drinking a soda.
Classic,
Maybe. This is a typical TV station from school.
Of course.
Everyone
Of
knows
course,
that.
everyone knows it. And every time you see it come in the room, you're like, yes, movie time.
Oh, great.
And this is a different story, though.
Oh, that's beautiful. Being locked in this dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me out again. Thank you. I will never go in there again.
I think she just went through there as well.
Yes. Oh.
It was a good thing that you were locked in this closet, I think.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't like to be in the closet.
Yeah, but at least you didn't get to see the teacher actually putting the hole in the floor.
That's true.
So
the first book.
So you have to spot if there are desks next to it. So in this case, exactly.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh. Nice.
So maybe didn't do anything, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's good.
Thinking for a second.
Oh yeah, this one is more of our brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I can go.
Yes, you
This
can.
Okay, great.
Now you can get ready to meet your doom.
Oh, great! I always wanted to meet my doom. In the morning.
In the morning again. It's just perfect.
Is she a kind of a mushroom?
Have you played Last of Us?
No.
Big
but
inspiration.
Yeah.
So the zombies, which they call the clickers,
Yeah, they're.
are kind of in a similar fashion or made in similar fashion with mushrooms and stuff. This one was more inspired by, you know, trypophobia? So this fear of holes, you know?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Exactly
People
that.
are feared of holes.
Exactly. And this one has been created with a mix of the clickers.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Please. I think I made a mistake.
You did make a mistake. That's the thing. At that point, you have to meet your doom. You have to meet your doom so you can restart and see. So it's like a dream. So every time you actually die, you never really die.
Yes.
So you just come back to where you were before.
So if I run in this
Exactly.
stuff,
You'll just get back to the room,
Okay.
but the books will be in place.
I just did it so people can see what happens.
Yeah, of course.
That's
of
the
course.
only reason.
So,
So
for this one, you gotta think a little
This
more.
is the only pile of books I have right now here.
Exactly.
So maybe I can just throw them over
That's
there.
perfect. So
And
now
I go over.
you have to think. This move, I think 99% of the people who do this puzzle make the wrong move on this one. You have to spot, so you have 3 piles of books, 4 rays. Where is the other pile of books? You have one there, you have one in the
there,
and you have one in the
and
corner,
one is here.
and one in the corner on your right. That's there. This one is not attainable for now. So the goal would be to get this one. So you'd have to block the rays on the left side so you can access this one.
Yes. So
Which means
first
exactly.
I have to go there.
Exactly. Good thinking. So now, no.
Then not like this.
Exactly.
But
Oh yeah.
I think like this,
oh,
right?
Yeah. You did it. So yeah. So this one is more of a brainer. So
Yes, it is.
usually people take a few attempts.
Don't be angry.
Oh, she doesn't like that. She wants you to behave. What are you doing? You're just blocking what she's doing. So of
I'm
course she's not
just
happy.
using my books.
Okay, so this guy can only be pushed on one side because the desk next to it has fallen over. Which means
Wow.
yeah, she's not super friendly.
I bet she has a great personality.
Yeah. It's so nice of you. You think that's the nice personality? She's sitting on the desk and throwing stuff everywhere.
She has a hard job, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
So I need this one. I need this.
Yeah, so this one's going to
for
block
me.
one of the rays on the right side,
I
but
just put it
you
over.
still have one of the books that are unused.
Which one?
The one in the corner. So you put this guy there.
But this is not the right one, right?
This guy can go only one side, but there's a pile of books already in the way.
Oh, okay. So I will throw this over there
Nice.
and this
Very nice.
like this.
And boom.
Okay.
So now you have 2 piles of books and 2 rays left.
That's okay.
That's
I can live with this.
That should work.
Ah.
There we go. And now the
I
last.
forgot my homework, teacher.
Careful. Oof, that was close. Nice. The ray was very close. Almost there.
So, why is this?
Nice. There we go.
Okay.
So now, yep,
Oh yes.
it's your
Hi.
little friend.
My little friend. Hi. So nice to see you.
So the kids will take care of her for you.
I think we should skip next class.
I think you're totally right. It's enough. It's been enough. Let's just skip school altogether. I shouldn't say that if kids are listening or people are still in school. That's not
Knowledge
good.
is important.
Stay in school.
Yes.
Stay in school.
Yes.
So you have this little artifact that's a book. That's actually also an inspiration for this game.
There was Alice on top? Yes.
Exactly. So the rabbit hole, the concept of going down, down, down to find someone. Actually, it's one of the concepts, but the concept that resonates the most for this is called catabasis. And it's a concept that you see a lot in Greek mythology.
Yes.
And it's the Orpheus has done one, Ulysses has done one, or Odysseus. It's the fact of going down, all the way down to hell, to bring back someone you love.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's called catabasis, and it's been a big inspiration for this game.
I understand. That's cool. That's deep.
Deep. Well, I mean, we wanted to make a game with a message, you know, with
Yeah,
something that
sure.
resonates more than just, you know, press the buttons and that's it. So, of course, there is a message behind it. It's all about, you know, staying playful. Just it's important, even for if you're a parent, for your kids or anything, just being able to stay playful, stay a kid inside, to have this kid as a very important part of yourself and staying connected to it, for us is very important. May it be for imagination, for the playful part, for just, like I said, seeing beauty in any kind of stuff. Like, kids are so good with that. And
they are.
It's something that often we lose with age because, you know, work and responsibilities and everything, but it's a very important part of ourselves.
Life is hard enough. You need to keep those fun parts, like coloring books and stuff like this.
Why not? You
Yeah,
know?
why not?
I mean, we're all gamers.
Yes.
So, you know, we still like to play. We like to play.
love to play.
But still, you know, it's still it's a message that it's not too heavy, but it's there. You can feel it. So as you can see, in those two levels, there was nothing. So no text, no dialogue. So the narrative part of the game leaves a lot of space for interpretation.
Yes.
So depending on the culture, the education you had, what kind of life you've had, you'll connect to this game differently.
Yes.
So we were at Gamescom last year with this game, and so we've been doing events for a year now, and it's so fun to see people when they come and talk to us. They say like, this reminds me of this in my childhood, this reminds me of that, this is like the same design as my high school was, or the stuff like that. It's great because they all have theories on what it means, where it came from and everything, and it's exactly what we want. We want people to connect to it in their own way.
I'm looking forward for the other levels, what kind of childhood fears are in them.
Well, you have a fear of abandonment, you have a fear of the dark, you have I mean, at one time you run in a forest, a dark forest. It's all kinds of stuff, but we hope that people will be able to connect it to childhood, you know, like the classic the safe space you had, like maybe a house in the trees or stuff like that. You'll get something like that in the game as well. So it's all about having this feeling of being super vulnerable.
Yes.
You know how you are as a kid. You know, everything is so big around you.
Yes.
You come back to somewhere you were when you were a kid, and you're like, this place is so small. I remember it so much bigger, but now you come back and it's so super small.
I was jumping over the chairs in the hair salon, and I was like, these chairs are big.
Yeah,
why are these chairs so big?
Everything is big when you're a kid, you know.
That's true.
And you're not powerless, but not very far from powerless. You know, you're so small, everything is stronger than you. And of course, as you saw, there are no weapons. There's nothing you can actually take in your hands. So it's all about figuring out what's up in the environment, how to tame those fears, how to go through the levels, but still connecting and seeing the things in your own way as a subjective matter. We'll have a game about like 2-3 hours. It's not a very long game. We'll be selling it around 15 US, so I guess it's about the same in euros. A little less.
A little less.
A little less. So
yeah.
Yeah, must be like a euro less or 2 euros.
Maybe a little more. I think it's like 12 euros maybe.
So,
I
you know,
think
it's pretty...
11 or 12 euros.
Yeah,
maybe.
so not too expensive. We wanted, we looked at quality over quantity. We didn't want to make like 20 levels, but, not nicely made. So we went for a shorter game, but with more content, quality content in the levels. So you'll have like many kinds of mechanics. So you have some platforming, you have some stealth, you have like the chase, the puzzles, a little bit of different mechanics.
Everything.
Yeah. It's just that
it can get boring.
Exactly, it never gets boring or redundant. It's always something new. And of course, at the end, we reuse certain aspects that you've learned to help you, go through the last levels. But so it's kind of an intense experience, but it's really all based on the atmospheric aspect. One other thing, our creative director and our narrative writer are both really big fans of the 80s. So as you can see in the title,
it looks like
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things,
exactly.
Yes,
which
totally.
is not a thing of the 80s, but it's set in the 80s.
Set in the 80s, yes.
For the fans of the 80s, there is even some references to Kubrick, Encounter of the Third Kind, many things. All around the game, you can see little references to that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward for the tag level.
The tag level?
Yeah, I love to play tag as a child.
You'll see. Actually, you're playing tag with your little friend. Yeah.
Oh, that will be so cool.
Yeah.
So I think we have like 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left?
Yes.
Well, I think we'll use this 5 minutes to tell people that, find us on Steam. Find us on Steam. It's in 2 weeks, whatever you want to wish list us, you want to, get ready for the release or anything. 2 short weeks and we'll be out there. We can't wait. It's the first time we're actually putting a game in the hands of consumers, gamers. So for us, it's very stressful but super exciting. Super exciting. So, we can't wait. So, just go out there if this is your kind of game.
People are like, I'm so excited for this now.
I like to hear that.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's cool. It's like this dark psycho.
Yeah,
it's not too spooky. What I've seen, it's not like, I can't play this.
No.
It's too spooky for me.
The hair salon level is a little more stressful, so some people can have trouble. But no, usually it's more like we said, atmospheric. Like just having this kind of eerie feeling throughout the game.
Yes.
But yeah, you'll definitely feel that in everything. So the inner friend.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm really looking forward to it. Really.
September 6th.
Love to play this game today.
Thank you for playing it. It was great.
You
were great.
You
were great. You finished the level.
You
finished the level.
Yes, I did.
It's perfect.
That's all that counts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. It's been great, and we can't wait. This is my mind is blowing. We'll also be at the PAX event in Seattle. We'll be in Tokyo at the end of September. So if anyone's there, you can still play the game before it comes out.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.